So this one's a little more delicate. I am gonna have to come up with a code word. But it shouldn't be too on the nose. Let's call them the frog people. I don't necessarily mean French, okay? But you know that meme, oh, they're turning the frogs gay. So let's just call them the frog people. So when I was in high school, there were a few of these extreme GSA kids. One of them actually had a fake suicide, because this isn't talked about enough, but fake suicides and fake deaths are a real thing. There are tells for what's fake and which deaths are real, because usually people that kill themselves are over the age of 50. Usually they're elderly, and it's actually common for, I don't know what's going on, but when there's a fake death, people that were close to the supposed dead person will not be sad. Like, the other people will be emotionally destroyed and crying. I know, because there was an event like this at a school I went to, where a lot of people were just crying, but the close friends of the alleged dead kid were like, they're just kind of cracking up and saying, oh, dead kid's with us and he's laughing right now. And I guess it's an identity change. I don't know. But yeah, when the immediate family and friends of the alleged dead person are not sad, it's a tell. However, there are cases when I wonder if a person faked their own death and their parents thought it was real. I don't know. I know one person who was emotionally destroyed because her quote-unquote son allegedly killed himself. She truly, genuinely believed it. She cried every single day. She never smiled again. Her demeanor changed. She was always sad. Her eyes were always red. She would just break down sobbing. It's possible, though, that her son was not dead, but she was certain that he was. I don't know what was going on. But that's kind of a side thing, and I brought that up because a GSA kid at my high school had a fake suicide. And he changed his name, and he just up and killed himself for no reason, as the story went. No suicidal tendencies, no making arrangements, no getting rid of his stuff and writing a will. Unfortunately, though, when people are truly suicidal, they don't talk about it until maybe if they get better. But a lot of people have true suicidal feelings, but they don't always kill themselves, and if they do, they're usually over the age of 50. But that was a side thing, and so I went to school. There were these GSA kids who were always wearing rainbows, and they were kind of like a real-life fake Facebook page where they talked about one topic and one topic only. Maybe side interest or two, but usually all they talked about was being gay. And their parents were supporting this. To what end? I can only speculate. Whatever, like, these people are weird. Not my business, but some of the most horrible people I've ever met were really, pro-gay rights. And I remember when I was, kind of leaning towards atheist because I thought it was cool and I was being influenced. And there was this GSA club, and the students there had good intentions. Maybe one or two were a bit nefarious, but everybody except for just a few people meant well. They had good intentions, and they were misled. And then this middle-aged guy comes in, and I wanted to believe in the spiritual and the supernatural, but I didn't see any ghosts, I didn't see any fairies or special events, so I wanted to believe, but how could I when I never saw a ghost, So this guy comes in, he's got the most evil eyes. He just sits there and says nothing, and then he gets up and goes away, but I was shocked at how evil his eyes were. And some other horrible people I found out later that they were castrati, and they were extremely pro-gay rights, and one of them was always yelling about what a big lesbian he was, or she was, because it was a castrato. But he was really abusive towards females. His lesbian thing was just a front. It was to get attention, because his other gimmick was, he thought it was cool because he smoked underage, and he based his identity around allegedly being a lesbian who absolutely hated women with a psychotic passion, to the point where he would stalk them and harass them. And then there were these other castrati that would claim to be straight, and they were very pro-gay rights, and one of them I've mentioned has a castrato of his own this one is the one that had the sodomy bags when he was 15. and I'm certain he's got his own little prostitute now. And I know a lot of Martins that will straight up tell you that they got raped. Like, you don't even have to ask. They will just tell you, and you just go, I didn't ask, but thanks for that information. Some of them use it as a bragging point, like, oh, I'm so handsome I got raped. The predators couldn't control themselves around me. I don't even know what to make of these people. They're just, this whole place it should have ended years ago. Like, we're past the end. Like, seriously, how much worse could it get? I kind of have train wreck syndrome, but I hate being here, so I don't want to watch it from here. I'd rather be somewhere else and watching the train wreck dumpster fire unfold. Anyway, so this stuff was like mid-2000s, and, well, I think you know that they're trying to add more letters to that alphabet soup there, so I think I'll just leave this one short.